Gentlemen, we're at the site of the Sandy Creek Baptist Church, and I'm in front of a historical marker. It was placed here by the Baptist Heritage Preservation Society, May 13, 2005. But Shubal Stearns, he was born January 28, 1706, and he was born in Boston, Massachusetts. Soon after that, while he was very young, his family moved to Connecticut, and he was raised a Congregationalist in Connecticut. They joined a Congregationalist church, but in 1745, he heard the preaching of a fiery evangelist, George Whitefield, and under the preaching of George Whitefield, he was converted. He became born again, and he became what they called at that time a new light. A new light was someone who was a Congregationalist or perhaps another religionist, but he had a testimony of faith in Jesus Christ and a new birth. Within the Congregational church, the old lights rejected that, and they believed in salvation by works. But he was converted in 1745 under the preaching of George Whitefield. He continued to practice his congregational doctrine, and he continued to be involved in this baptizing children, infant baptism. But according to this and according to history, in 1745, he came to a conclusion. He adopted Baptist principles. He came to that conclusion by studying the scriptures. And in 1745, he was baptized. In 1751, he came to a conclusion concerning Baptist principles, and he was baptized by Walt Palmer. In 1751, he was baptized by Walt Palmer. He came to Virginia with the desire to start a work as an ordained Baptist minister. And from there he came to this location, Sandy Creek, North Carolina in 1755. He was used with 16 members to establish the Sandy Creek Baptist Church, and within a few short years that church grew to a membership of 606 members. But the greater work really is, during that time, I believe he ordained 125 Baptist ministers. My number may be a little bit off. And it was used to establish 42 other Baptist churches. Those churches were used to evangelize the South and the colonies. And in my humble opinion, the South is known as the Bible Belt because Shubal Stearns came to Sandy Creek, North Carolina. He only lived to 1771, but during that time he did a great work training and ordaining Baptist preachers, sending them out and establishing churches, and truly affected our nation to this day. So we're here at the site of the Sandy Creek Baptist Church. We're going to examine and see the gravesite, the final resting place of the body of Shubal Stearns. And so it's a good day to visit this place.